Hello everybody, good morning my dear students. Hello. Hello everybody, good morning my dear students, and today is the last class for the MCO1 block number 5. Under the block number 5, there are several topics are there. We have to cover one by one in the particular subject block 5, like as a organizational development and some issues like as a organizational culture, and also like as a organizational climate. In this section, one by one I have to cover, and this is the last class, and I have to share my slides, and I hope you people are must view my slides, and one by one we have to discuss. My dear students, this is the last class, MCO1, block number 5, and the topic is organizational culture and development, and myself, Dr. Durga Madhav Mahapatra, lecturer in commerce, Hakinmon Autonomous College, Baleswar, and counselor of Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. In front of you, I am presenting my slides through virtual mode. My dear students, in this section, in this particular block, this is a bigger block. Bigger means there is a lots of items are there. In the unit 7, that is one is organizational culture and climate, another one is organizational change, another one is organizational development, and last topic is some emerging trend or issues in the organizational behavior. My dear students, in the unit 7, you see there is a one topic I have to cover, that is organizational culture and climate. The first we have to cover organizational culture, then next level we have to shift in a next level, that is organizational climate. The question is, what is organizational culture? Before go through this topic, I want to say organization means the group of persons and have some objective and to complete the task within the course of time period. But the culture and organization means it is a one type of a dynamic process also, and culture means you may call it as a, it's just like a norm, just like a regulation, just like a some values within or some attitude or beliefs which is shared among the organizational members, that is called as a organizational culture. Means the culture is different from one organization to another organization. If you talk about some companies, their organizational culture is something different due to his principle, rule, and value and attitude. So that you already stated that this company is good and it is a better way to work over there. It means the best place is the my company where I am working, and so that every time I am appreciating my company, this is the due to the organizational culture. Means it is a system is there and which is shared meaning among the members. System means there is a some principle is there, but certainly some characteristics of organizational culture is there. So what are the characteristics? Means outcome oriented approach should be there, innovativeness is there, attain people oriented approach. Those people who are working in the organization, they are the real stakeholder of the particular company. We are more concerned about the employees, we are more concerned about the another stakeholder is a shareholder, but however we are more concerned about the people, and you may call it as a human resource management. Yeah, and also that is a team oriented approach, means work as a team. Yeah, another one is aggressiveness, means the degree of aggressive means the competitiveness of approach, and individual autonomy, the thinking of the individuals of a particular employee should be taken into consideration, and we have created an opportunity for exercising the particular type of their innovativeness of approach, exercising the innovative approach in a particular organization. That's called as the individual autonomy. Autonomy means that is a degree of responsibility of independence of thinking and the structure. There is some rules and regulation, as I have already stated. That is also another characteristics. And there is performance reward system. Those employees who are work a better some have some punctuality, some way their dedication, through which the reward system is there, bonus system is there, and conflict tolerance is also is there, and attitude towards change means some new methods should be adopted. In the year of 1992, when the liberalization and privatization and globalization is come up, LPG, at that time, one revolutionary change is arises in the Indian corporates, that is called as a computer. And sometimes at that time, some organization employees are reluctant to work with the computer. But the question here is, if change is inevitable, we should adapt with the changes. Means new method, new way, and new values you can inculcate in a different time period. In present scenario, you see in a pandemic situation, work from home, WFH, work from home concept is arises. Well, and this is the need of our, we have to change accordingly. Another one is the vision goal of the particular company should be clear, and core value should be have on there, and some of the standard value, openness of mind and communication, supervision of from downward to upward or bottom up pyramidal approach or direction which can be spelled out to the a new outcome of the culture. Another one is the customer orientation of approach and excitement of to do something. And some in a particular organization, some people are interested to do something, and the commitment of approach are the characteristics of a organizational culture. My dear students, there are different elements of organizational culture are there. What are these elements? One element is Sachin said there are three basic elements are there. One is artifacts. It is the artifacts means some of the observable symbols and signs, and through which you can you can know about your organizational structure also. Means suppose if you look at a Sahara Hamara Sahara, and that you closely look at the Sahara people, they wear white color dress with some mark is there in the pocket size of some mark, and that is called as a, you may call as a Bharat Mata, that type of sign is called as artifacts, and it's a one type of hard depictor of a particular culture. Another one is exposed value, means goal, some philosophical ways is there. If you look at Sri Sri company, some Sri Sri and the Ravi Shankar Sri Sri's philosophical values are inculcated in a particular company. If you look at the Patanjali group, it means Baba Ramdev's philosophical value of yoga management is inculcated in the organizational culture. And some assumptions. Some assumptions means some beliefs which are taken into granted for a longer period of their feelings and their insightness, some unconsciousness of approach are covered under the organizational elements of organizational culture. But however, if you talk about organizational culture, it means you have to freedom to speak, you take responsibility, your innovative ideas, and you have to sensitize the need of the customer, and that openness, that willingness, that freedom of approach, you always appreciate the my company is the best company in the particular world of the corporate body. Another one is there are different functions of organizational culture is there. There are three types of functions are there, which can three functions means it may be a commitment towards organization mission, or reinforce the standard of behavior, or identity for the members, or you may call it as a another definition or concept by the child. He says strong identification, autonomous of working condition, selection, training, development should be more emphasized, more climatic with security of tenure and career progression. These are the some of the basic ideas through organizational culture is developed. But my dear students, if you talk about some barriers, some rukavats are there. It means barriers to change. Sometimes some people are reluctant to change, and that is the one barrier. It is difficult to respond with the change of environment. And barrier to diversity. Different diversity of the people are working in a particular organization. You look at the any MNC, multinational corporations. It means there is a multicultural organizations. People are to be work in a particular workplace. It means if you talk about, suppose I am a Odisha people, if I am working at a Uttar Pradesh or any other company at Maharashtra, it means some cultural differences is there. My personal cultural difference is there. And also acquisition and merger. At the time of merging of a particular company, some barriers is there. Another one is there are different factors of influencing the organizational culture. What are these factors? And one is symbol. Through symbol you can connotation of the meanings of the symbol means and stories. Some of the organizational culture is always related to the stories, or some organizational culture is related to special language by the Jagran, like and ceremonies. Through this way, the particular factors are there through which you can influence the organizational culture. Another one concept is what are the impact of organizational culture? The impact is the firm's performance. If the organizational culture is good, automatically firm performance is good, economic condition of a particular company is good, and sometimes it is need not to failure in a near future. And the long-term relationship, the financial performance is also procured, and cultural also more performance enhancing also. And sometimes some of the factors which can combine with a certain level of a high level of strength of the organizational culture, like the innovativeness, risk taking, outcome oriented, people oriented approach, team oriented approach. It means if you talk about some companies good, it means they have on some innovative ideas, they have on people oriented approach, they have on team oriented approach, they have on aggressiveness of to do the work, and they have on some attention towards the employee also. Another one is there are different developing the organizational culture. How to develop? Through supportive level, through appropriative level, through the superior and subordinate relationship, through cooperation, through communication, and through subordinates from downward communication with open mind, and some message from upward to downward. Means communication is a one factor through which it can develop, and to perform the task in a right time, it is also a one part of a development. And individuals are more self-motivated to achieve the organizational goal is also another part. And conflict is on scene of destructive forces is also another part of reinforcement of reward and participation. These are the some issues which are undertaken in the developing the organizational culture. My dear students, another topic in unit this particular unit is an organizational climate. Question is what is climate? If you talk about climate is some rainy, or climate is so cold, or climate is some hot. It is a environmental climate. But I am talking about organizational climate. Sometimes you say, oh, my organizational climate is very bad. If you talk about climate, sometimes you look at some political scenario. It means the political climate is very much bad because of some countries. They have some of the problems which arises in during this pandemic period. Not only during this pandemic period, some of the problems have to be encountered with the such type of evils. And that is here climate means it is an indicator whether those beliefs and expectations are believed. Means climate means your a person's perception, or he or she belongs to the particular organization. Means climate, some of the factors which can influence the climate, like as a job description, organization structure is also changes. But suppose you look at the Reliance. In 5 years back, Reliance is only one company, but in previous after some word, the two brothers have to be divide their empire, and someone is look at the petrochemicals and someone is like looking at the um, 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 telecommunication. That type of attitude, you may, some employees said that Reliance, once upon a time Reliance is good, and if the brothers are divided their own, they or they trends towards a new type of business. Sometimes if the climate is changed, it means performance evaluation standard, leadership style, and organizational value, decision making, through which if the climate is also changes. But there are Likert says there are 6 dimensions of organizational climate: through leadership, through motivation, through communication, through decision, through goal and control. These are the 6 dimensions of Likert has proposed regarding the organizational climate dimensions. Another one is Lewin and Stringer. They have also focused 7 type of dimensions. What type of dimension? Responsibility, standard, reward, and clarity is necessary. One support is necessary, and leadership is necessary. So these are the some of the dimensions of organizational climate. But if you talk about some organizational climate in a detailed way, Uday Parikh, he is a great researcher of human resource management. He said 12 type of organizational climate are there. Means interpersonal relationship, supervision, orientation towards work, problem solving, management of mistakes, conflict management, decision making power, degree of decision, trust each other, risk taking ability, which can determine the climate, innovativeness of approach, change, and that type of mode of way of changing some of the threats are to be undertaken in a particular organizational climate. But the question is how to create a favorable organizational climate. If you create a favorable organizational climate or positive climate, or you may call it you have to satisfy your employees, so you have to more focused on flexibility, structure, or duty and responsibility can be flexible to each individual, and the goal and objective should be clear enough. Trust and consideration support should be focused on, or recognition of individual differences or attributes, and of the people need expectation of the work can be clarified, and attention and challenging opportunity to personal development, and open discussion with the settlement of the some issues, or genuine consultation, democratic way you can take the decision, and the sense of identity with or loyalty to with. These are the some issues which are undertaken in the organizational climate. My dear students, these are the overall concept of the unit 17, the what is the organizational culture and what is the organizational climate. If the culture is there and the climate is organizational culture and climate are the two sides of the same coin. If you look at a coin, one side the organizational culture is there, another side organizational climate is there. The main purpose behind of studying the organizational culture and the climate, how to improve our productivity in the particular organization, and what state of our mind of an employee belongingness towards the particular work, not only the work but also towards the company. My dear students, now I am discussing the unit 18, and the next, that is called as the organizational change. You already know the change is inevitable. In present situation, we are talking each other through virtual mode, and otherwise, in previous days we are talking with the face-to-face mode. But now the virtual mode is a change, a lots of change in education. Certainly, in the particular organization, some opportunities are there, some challenges are there, some hardships are there. Change means change is inevitable in life of the individuals and also organization. If some organization is not adopted the some innovative approaches or new type of not adopting the new type of technology, otherwise the company will be vanished. You look at the Nokia is nowhere in present day. Even if the at the time in previous days Nokia's battery is number one, in present day Nokia is nowhere and the company will be dissolved. Why this dissolve is arises, or what the problem is arises? Only due to the were not equipped, not adapt with the producing new product, or not restructuring the organization, not adoption of information technology or technology, or not to change with the public private ownership, vice versa. These are the some issues through which the change, if the organizational change is not adopted, the company cannot survive for a longer period of time and it cannot flourish within a stipulated time period. My dear students, in a particular organization in present day world, there is a cutthroat competition is arises. Everyone can procure their business at a next level. In this section, I want to say the briefing of technological development always resulted in a new type of level. But there are some theories are there. What process of change? Process of change, there are two models are there, Lewin's model and continuous process model. In a Lewin's model, it can developed by the Curtin Lewin, and he has described three type steps are there for the organizational change. One is unfreezing, another one is movement to next stage, and third one is refreezing. Unfreezing, next level, and refreezing. What is unfreezing? It means sometimes some environmental pressure is there, sometimes some recognition problem is there, sometimes some availability of doing things is very, that is called unfreezing pressures, and we can change through our people also. At a second level, there is some of the changing things of people, task structure, sometimes the organizational structure is also changes, and we can equip with such changes. And final stages is the rephrasing. It constitutes with the new task, new technology, new relationship, new adoption, new way of thinking, new approachness. That appropriateness of doing or that short time period, you can incompletely implemented the particular system. That's called as a Lewin model. My dear student, Lewin can develop the three stages of the organizational change, and that is one is the unfreezing, and moving to next stage, and third one is the final stage is the refreezing. Another one is continuous process model. Some companies are continuously developing their products. For example, you see at Geo, the Geo is offering the only 1,500 rupees of the phone, and Geo is offering the very less amount of tariff rates in comparison to the other company, the Airtel and the Vodafone. It means that is a continuously, or Geo is also adopting the Geo fiber also. I mean, it means they are continuously change their attitude of doing their business at a next level. I am talking about the to achieve the goal attained after the change, and that alternative of change is considered to be evaluated, it considered to be accepted, and that assistance of change of agent is also a person who is managing the change. It means if the Geo is adopting some new technology, is in this section you see in telecommunication industry there is a revolutionary change is there, and that revolutionary change is also obtained through the top level management perspective. You look at the newspaper of Business Line or Business Standard or Economics Times, in the annual general meeting, the Ambani's family is look at a next level of empowerment of a particular energy level, that is called as a solar energy. In this section, they are changing their business scenario in a present situation. Another one is there are different forces, my dear students. You look at my slide, there are different forces of change are there. Internal forces is there, external forces is there. Some internal forces, you look at some organization. What type of internal forces changes are there? Leadership, employee profile and motivational of doing things, or unionism, or implementation of new technology. If you talk about external forces, some of the stakeholders are look at the particular organization, competition, and who are the competitors. Economic fluctuation, sometimes some economical fluctuation is arises, foreign exchange rate is also declining, and social trend means the customer always in present scenario, customer always in choosy in nature. It means their taste, habit, fashion, and the way of thinking towards a product is something different. And global politics, you look at the, if some we are always depend upon the US market, means if the US market is changes, automatically directly or indirectly it will be impact upon the Indian, not only the Indian capital market, but also it can directly impact upon the Indian corporate houses. For example, suppose Biden has an, change their policy of visa policy, automatically directly impact upon the information technology of Indian companies. Means if you talk about external factors in a PPT, you see there are different forces are there. New technology is a forces, change in government policy is also change, economic fluctuations, social trend, global politics, and internal change of leadership, change of employee profile. So this is the way through which you can change. Is an inevitable way of create a new atmosphere of changes. Another one is resistance to change. What resistance is there, and what type of attitude or behavior, unwillingness to approve the change, and why I want to change myself, or what's my working style, why I'm not adopting the such type of change. And some people are reluctant to change because when the computer or information technology or computer age area, we have to change accordingly. And that is divided into two parts. One is organizational resistance, another one is individual resistance. If you talk about individual resistance, it is related to individuals or people, those who are working in the organization, their habit, they are adopting some old method. If you say adopt some new method, they are reluctant to change. And security and their job security, if I'm adopting the new technology, my jobs are not secure. And some economy factors, some lack of awareness, and some social factors, these are some of the factors as relates to the individual resistance. But if you look at the organizational point of view, what type of threats? The threats to expertise. If some people are expertise enough to do the task, and they are very much threats about those people, means okay, my job is left due to this person because he is more competent than me. And limited focus of change, group interior, and some groups are, that is a unionism through which they are reluctant to change, and establish the power relationship, resource allocation through which the particular type of change is arises, yeah, in organizational point of view as well as individual point of view. My dear students, another topic is the how to overcoming the resistance to change. How to overcome? Why the and why you are to requesting those people, and please you want to change accordingly so that our organizational performance will be good in near future. What is the overcoming? Means education is necessary, communication is necessary, participation, involvement is necessary, and you can support to the individuals. You can create a new incentive plans, policies, bonuses, or you have to some facilitate support system is there through which you can also overcoming the such changes. But somehow you can managing the change in different ways. Environmental influences are there, local environment, some of the changes are there, regional environment, national environment, international environment, and sometimes some organization point of view also changes, sometimes some top level management point of view also changes, sometimes openness of approach is also important factor for managing the change, sometimes employee participation in the work, means they are very much accept the change which to do something, and that type of attitude is overcoming the particular changes. But question here is, if you are target of change, target means if you want to improve the performance of a country company or corporate body, you have to focus on four elements. One is human resources, another one is functional resources, another one is technology. I'm always stated technology. Without technology, no, or developing a new product or improving a new product or addition of your new product and change of your production process means cost cutting of a production cost is also indeed to have a look at a changes and organizational ability, and that is the way through which the change can be inevitable. Another one is what type of strategy you can adopt. One is evolutionary strategy. At the time of bottom of change of strategy, evolutionary strategy, you take the decision, you can involve to the employees for implementation, and top level manager can guide the action as regards to the strategy of change. Or another one is revolutionary. Sometimes top down approach is also there, and some re-engineering, restructuring, innovation, and through which there is some of the strategies also you can adopt it. There are different strategies are there. Force coercion strategy, rational strategy is there, shared power strategy means some of the re-educated approach is also there. Another one topic is how to, if you talk about the organizational change, it means you talk about good organization or effective organization. How you consider what factors are to be considered as a good organization or effective organization. It means you take feedback from the employees. It is the first and arrangement of the discussion among the members what they perceive about the particular organization. You can sensitize towards training. You can sensitize means some free open environment. You can discuss your ideas, your goal, your objective, your core values, and it is a duty or it is indeed to have a duty of a top level manager. He should focus on the unstructured way group of interaction is necessary, and the process of consultation is necessary, and you have to create a team building, teamwork, because without a team no work or no task is completed. So that you can interact with the high interaction of team or inner group development also. Each group is independent to each other, through which team work and team building. Another one is a group engine system is created through which it can be enhanced the particular type of organizational change. My dear students, another topic is the organizational development. And this is the unit 19 in the organizational development. The question is development means some of the new product. Sometimes some people said yes, if some companies introduce a new product, it means organizational development, means the organization is developed. If some company is obtaining some good profit, you say the company is good at a profit, good at development. Or means innovativeness is also a new idea to applying the new, improving a new product. Not only a new product, but also some organization have a learning organization. If you talk about learning organization means you have to learn from organization. If sometimes you say, oh, this company is very bad because I do not learn anything from this company within my job period within the 5 to 6 years. It means the particular organization is something, some type of approaches, some laziness of approaches they are adopted. Means continuous learning or strategy to change of innovativeness, improvementness, redesigning of organizational structure is also reshaping your, not only reshaping your career, but also change of a new type of organizational development. My dear student, if you talk about organizational development, it means you have to plan for the people, plan for the organization, and you have to establish a system through which you can meet the challenges. Because without planning and without system, no organization can develop. So that it is a effectiveness of approach to sort out, not only to sort out, to solving the organizational problem. You have to change of the culture, change of the system, change of the behavior of the person, so that organizational development can success. If you talk about characteristics, there are it's a organizational problem, educational strategy is necessary, means you can sensitize through training to the employees, and you can consultation with the particular employees. You can adopt a openness of adopt a system in the organization, and you can also accomplish through the organizational train and reflect the human approach also, and you can adopt some altruistic philosophy, and that philosophical thinking I am talking about Sri Ravi Shankar company. It means they have some philosophical changes in there. If I am talking Patanjali, that is called some philosophical way of Ram Baba Ramdev is there. It means some, if you talk about better conflict resolution, if you talk about organizational change in usually result in immediate course of action, you can change a variety of programs also. So that always said, people said organizational development means it is a dynamic process. It can change according to the environment. And environment means if the pandemic situation is arises, what type of changes is needed, that is a duty or purview under the consideration of the top level manager. My dear students, the question is, what are the objectives behind each of change? For personal growth of the employees, and for increase the openness of communication, or to encourage the people to love the particular task, and to encourage the organizational problem to arriving the effective decision making, satisfaction level will be high, emotional support of the employees and the trust can be created also, and to develop the strategical solution also, and to increase the individual or group level responsibility also. The planning, execution of plan is also necessary in the organizational development process. But the question is, what are the process of organizational development? The process are three parts. You have to gather the data, you have to diagnose the organizational problem. Diagnose means you have to thoroughly investigate the problem, or you have to change your method of forensic audit also, and the action intervention also, and process maintenance also. Means if you talk about initial diagnosis, it means you have to inadequacies in the organization, means some you have to find out by the professional and competent people. And how it is possible? It is not possible through the auditing system. What is auditing means? It is a verification of not only the books of account, it is the verification of also to why the performance is degraded in the particular organization. That type of competent people, that type of professional approachness is execute of a plan is necessary. And another one is some data you can collect from the different aspects through interviews, through questionnaires, through direct observation, and through reports you have to prepare. Another one is selection intervention. You would see intervention, you have to change some improvement, what suitable method you should adopt. You have to select it and design it, redesign it. You can customize it also, and you can adopt it. For example, you see, look at the Reliance or any company. You go to the particular Reliance Trend or Reliance Digital. Sometimes they are asking about our phone number, or sometimes asking you about your name, sometimes asking about your email. It means they are adopting some CRM system, means customer relationship management system. That is called as one type of intervention, or positive intervention, or suitable intervention. They are adopted and selected and designed and implemented. And last one is the implementation intervention. Implementation, how it is possible? Now it is possible to the lasting of change of attitude, action planning through problem solving method. And team building is necessary, and intergroup development is necessary, follow-up action is also necessary. Another one is approaches of organizational development. What type of approaches? Approaches means structured approaches. Means there is a techno-structural approaches is there. In a technology structure, always I am stated technology, and these techno-structural approaches is a collaborative of approaches of not only the engineering, sociology, psychology, and economics or open system theory. And present day, everybody is look at the STEAM. Everybody is talking about STEAM. STEM. STEAM means S for science, T for technology, E is for engineering, M for mathematics. It means through STEAM, everything can be changed. That's called as a new type of technology you can adopt through the job system, job design, job redesign, job enlargement, and job enrichment, and job encompassment. And this is the way of a one type of technological structure. Another structure is human resource perceivable procedure. And what it means, human resource, with you have to implement the human resource. How you have to implement? Now proper problem solving, proper communication, proper accomplishment of goal, and you can also structural through the human resource, means fulfillment of the organizational performance through human process orientation. Another one is organizational strategy interventions are the different ways also. Strategy means some of the plan, some of the integrating development is also there. How there are French and Bell has described 12 groups are there. Team building, intergroup activities, survey feedback, education training program, techno-structural, process consultation, meditation, career planning. These are the some of the issues through which the organizational development can be made. Another one, how to manage the process through applicability, through feasibility, through acceptability. I mean, everybody should accept it. And you should applicable to the organization with a customized way, and it should be feasible one. Feasible means it means different intervention in the given situation, it can feasible one. Applicability, feasibility, and acceptability. Another one is how it is possible. You can focus on link pins. You can focus on select people. You can focus on some form of team, and you can focus on team members. You can focus on team leaders and working with the autonomous parts. And you can focus on internal resources also, starting from the top level to middle level. And that type of recipient points also is focusing on a through which supportive process and which through which it can also changes. That is the way through which a multiple point of approach is necessary. My dear students, and certain other and the last topic is that is called as emerging trends in organizational behavior. What are the emerging trends? If you look at any emerging trend, it means what type of new type of trend is upcoming in organizational behavior. My dear student, if you talk about emerging trend, it means something new and something a new type level of approach, or something you may call it as a multi. Sometimes you see multinational companies are there, some new technology they are adopted, and we are confronted some with some new technology, and different environment also changes, and sometimes government policies also changes, government guidelines also changes. You look at the what type of quarrel is arises in the regarding the Twitter. The government and Twitter are facing with each other with certain confrontation. And what type of problem is arises in flashbacking sale at a by the e-commerce companies, and government is imposing some of the new regulation to the e-commerce companies regarding flashback sale. And my question here is some of the social issues are there, some of the political issue scenarios also changes, and some cultural environment is also changes in the organization. That type of quality of changes is arises through the emerging trend. If you talk about different people, I am already stated in previous slides, different people, different cultural background, different beliefs, different culture oriented approach, different norms, and they are working together in a particular workplace, and how they are equipped with each other. You may call it it is a emergence of a multiculturalism. You may call it as a cross cosmopolitan culture of a organization. And sometimes some study of a cross-cultural management may provide insight to understanding. Means cross-cultural means I have already stated there are different MNCs are working at a particular Indian market, But here, some Indian people are there, some foreign people are there, they work together, and through which they are adopting, equipped with such type of culture. That's called as a cross culture. But certainly, or in a particular organizational behavior point of view, human resource point of view, some witnessing problems are there. That is called as a multinational corporations problem, cross-cultural problem at a workplace, sometimes some technical skill, division of technical skill, or high degree of participation, or work size, or flexibly time or flexible system is there, or sometimes it is difficult to maintain the job at a high level of training. Sometimes high level training, some people are not adopt, or sometimes they are not cope up with such type of training, or instability of the job or prospect of the jobs, or executives are less committed towards job, more committed towards quality, like as a okay, or quality, if quality is not there, that is not okay. You see at the particular product in a packaging, one say sign is there, that is okay, quality is the okay, the quality is the 9001 or 9002. It means why? Means the total quality control or the total quality management approach, and that commitment of approach is indeed to have a change of a new type of organizational culture, as well as a new type of development also. And that training is necessary, self efficiency sufficiency is necessary. But certainly training is also indeed efficiency of more demand. What type of technology? In present day, one new type of career are upcoming. IT career, cross-cultural trainer is necessary, employee trainer are necessary, and environmental consciousness or climatical change, that type of atmosphere is or career is necessary. Healthcare and diversity of manager or leasing agents, employee and employee relationship manager, these are the career of hottest career growth in the particular century. And sometimes you can evaluate the computerized performance systems, and sometimes you can adapting the electronic systems, sometimes you can change the empowerment schemes also. That is called as a one type of changing environment, emerging issues of organizational change. What type of emerging issues? One issue is quality. Quality means the not only the quality of the product, but not only the good price, not only the quality of the services, not only the better understanding of the product with a competitive price, but also quality work life of the employees, the quality well-being of the employees. And that is the why we are more focused in such type of competition era, and more emphasize on not only the we are more focusing about training, we are more concerned about the autonomy, and we are more concerned about the of the sound system, and so that we can recruit and we can more good sign towards people to perform the job, perform the task in a better way. So that we quality is an important factor for the survival, for the growth, and to be equipped with the excellence, or in a competitive world, high quality of product and services to be maintained. Not only the quality related to product, but also we are more concerned or focused about the human resource. Another one is communication. Sometimes due to the communication gap, in previous days I have already covered the what is communication, what type of communication is arises from top to bottom, bottom to top, and what is the barriers of communication is arises. But here communication and thinking means feedback system should be there, electronic brainstorming should be there, and leadership can shift there the focusing of attitude of works to the employee, something organizational chart or comparative chart should be developed. Suppose if you directing a people means, in previous days you may instruct the people to do the work, but in present day you have to create a trust among the employees, you have to create a teamwork among the employees, form a teamwork, then only the work can be performed a better way. In previous days, training is some individuals is necessary. But in present day, you can evaluate the capability of the individuals. If it means if I am interested on a particular task, or I may be appointed on such type of jobs. But in previous days, what happened? You give to the training to the employees, and the employees are more oriented approach to do the particular task. But nowadays, it cannot happen. Another one is in previous days managing one to one. But here the time is come. You have to identify the team so that for example, you look at the TCS, you look at the Infosys, you look at the any Mahindra Information Technology, any company. They are some one team leader is there, and they work under or developing a software through a team. In previous days, preventing conflict is there, but in present day, you have to make out the team differences. And in previous days, reacting to change is also there, but now you can oversee the influence of change. So this is the why it is called as the emergency of organizational behavior. Emergency or new trend, new course of action of the organizational behavior. Another one is the TQM is also there, total quality management. You look at the total quality management, it is developed by the Deming 14 principle, and the principle is new philosophy, new mass inspection, constant, and like you see in automobile industry, Toyota company is there. Toyota is adopted a new type of TQM, total quality management, like a just in time JIT system. Means within a fraction of time period you can do the task. It means in a Deming there are 14 principles are there. They eliminate slogans, targets, break down barriers, drive out of fear, or institute the leadership. Training is necessary, vigorous program, and these are some of the actions are there. In present day world, another new type of emergence technology is there, Six Sigma. Six Sigma is very much popular in quality management. Means you have to less defective or defect-free manufacturing. How it is adopted? There are 6 steps are there. You can determine the product, you can determine the customer, you can determine the supplier, you can determine the fulfillment of the mission, you can establish the measurement of criteria. It means you can establish, you can look at the particular product, how it is free from defect. Means sometimes you say, oh, this product is a manufacturing defect. No, my dear students, the new type of approach is developed in present day scenario, that is called as a new type of arena of a quality management, is called as a Six Sigma. Another one is there are different type of quality movements also there. Tom Peter has described in different type of quality movement. Loyalty is there, empowerment is there, learning is also there, and change is there, TQM is there, through which you can develop the particular organizational culture. My dear student, if you look at the culture in the organizational behavior, there are certain companies, certain countries have a different type of culture is there. In UK, you see, employees are more concerned with the how to use the equipment. In USA, they are not sending any type of memos. They are only talking about work-related problems. But in Hong Kong, they are spending social time together. But Japanese, their absence and their new job skill is very much high. But but if you talk about the work differently, UK sometimes there if the some dissatisfaction is there, their voicing is raised. And in USA, some superior, some formal language they are using. And in Hong Kong, they are encouraging some of the subordinate with the communication system is also there. It means different culture background is also there. Another one is concept is always I'm talking about in different slides, that is cross-cultural management. Or you may call it a multicultural system in the workplace. Means different background, different people, different caste, creed, people are to be work in a particular workplace, and different background can coexist and the how to cope up with that flourishness of approach are covered under the cross-cultural relationship in management. But here, but if you talk about in a multinational organizations, there are different type of multinational companies are working in a particular in India also. They want some tiff competition also. Then some organizational structure is also changes. Their people are selected in a global view also. Their training is so much high skilled training they are empowering. They strike balance between autonomy, they're giving autonomy to the people. So this is a one type of emergency of the multicultural system. But certain guidelines also there. And some of the you can, if you talk about certain guidelines, the global culture, you can create a system, you can create a simple mission or statement, or you can create a cultural differences also. And this is the why I am talking about the some type of situations. And my dear students, this is the under this way the new emergency topics are to be covered. And this is the overall topic of today's class, and I have to cover, I hope I have to cover in my slides and all topics of the 20 units, mean 20 chapters. I hope you may enjoy this 5 days program as regards to MCO1. In next day, I'm starting the particular subject, a new one, that is MCO4, that is the business environment. But however, if you have any questions in this regard, you can ask me, and then I can answer some of the questions. My dear students, if you have any questions, you give in the chat box, you put in the chat box, then I can answer you. Uh, Someone says, because how, sir, your internet is buffering. Yes, internet is also buffering. Uh, okay, I'm stopping my recording also.